Okay, next up, we have our team called cheMagic, Team Metathesis. So, why such a complicated name?
Actually, we are from NUS High School, Team cheMagic, and Team Metathesis is given from our senior whose team is called Team Synthesis. Team Metathesis actually means double displacement, so it's like we are the first to take over them, so they name us that.
Yeah, they are so-called the first generation of cheMagic team at our school. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sounds impressive. Okay, are you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay, so if you're ready, your time starts from now.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I would like to introduce each one of us. I'm Ting Ting. This is Su Hang, and that's Su Chan. For your information, they are not sisters. Now, to start off today's show, I'd like to tell you a bit about my great-granduncle. So he was an explorer, not a very famous one, but you know, he went all around the world in search of powerful magic, which is said to be hidden in the most isolated parts of the world, under the most extreme conditions. So, well, he made it to Antarctica all on his own, and he brought back with him some white soil from there. Now, sadly, he passed away recently, and he knows of my intense interest in science, and he left me with his white soil, and also a letter in which he said that he found a way to harness the magical powers of this white soil. Now, well, you know, let's add more to make it more visible, shall we? Now, in his letter, he said that this soil was magical, but you know, how do I believe him? He said that this soil is formed something very close to all of us that we use every day and we have to live on it. No, it's not money, but actually it's water. Now, you know, we were all doubtful. How can soil become water? Then we found that, you know, after following his instructions and all, it actually does form water. But then we noticed there was something slightly different, odd about this water. It wasn't like the usual water that we see every day. We realized that this water has a certain aura, a force of attraction that we did not know of. Alas, this was only the beginning of our adventures with this magical water.
So we were actually quite fascinated about this, and we decided to, to have a picnic. But during the picnic, we were so thirsty that we decided to have some hot tea. We had a teapot. It's just from Daiso, $2, cheap stuff. And we had a teacup, and finally, this is the Lipton Premium Brew tea bag. So to everyone out here, has there ever been a time when you wanted some hot tea but you just can't find the hot water to boil the tea? I'm sure, right? But we actually conveniently forgot to bring some hot water that day. But luckily, we actually had our granduncle's, magical water. So all we did was to pour this in, and we added the tea bag. We added the tea bag, and then you see it's boiling perfectly on its own. So when you pour it out, you get like boiling instant tea, you see? Yeah, and this is what we get tea from magical water. It's pretty hot now, so I shall just leave it to the side to cool down.
Aren't you going to drink it?
It's quite hot, so we're going to drink it later.
400 degrees.
Now, after all these incidents, we were quite convinced that this water was truly magical. And another incident, it proved to us another mysterious property of this magical water. Now, just the other day, I was cleaning up this spill with this handkerchief of mine, and then someone who was lighting candles for her romantic candlelit dinner with her boyfriend later that night came over with a lit match and accidentally dropped it on my handkerchief. Now it started burning, and I quickly extinguished the fire. And after it was extinguished, I realized that my handkerchief was fine.
Now, in my great-granduncle's letter, he was also talking about his travels as an explorer and all. So, well, he discovered this island when he was traveling, and he found that there was this dormant volcano on the island. the soil there was extremely infertile and all the people suffered because they couldn't harvest good crops. So well, he went there and he thought, well, could my magic water do something about that and wake the volcano? So, well, he climbed into a helicopter, while making sure the residents were safe, of course. He climbed into a helicopter and he simply dropped his magic water into the volcano. It erupted, it came to life, and then the soil became fertile and all the residents were happy from then on.
So as you can see, all these things prove that this magical water will surely have great power. So we will continue to experiment, explode, and expel. That doesn't really sound right. Experiment,